The free agent rookie receiver for the Giants using his size in the red zone. And he couldn't pull it in on Slay. Incomplete pass.
Early fourth quarter following the penalty. Second down at 15. Smith with time. He fires and it is picked off. The first turnover of the game and brought all the way back down the sidelines by Darius Slay.
Orton throws for Sammy Watkins, well covered on the play. There was some contact flag on the play.
For Meacham, incomplete. Darius Slay. Caduce comes in for him at safety. And Drew Stanton for Floyd. They're battling and it's knocked away. Going down the sideline, Darius Slay running right with him and no flags.
From the gun, right side, what a catch. The Lions side says no catch. The officials agree.
Empty backfield and McCown fires to the end zone, tipped and intercepted. Picked off by James Ihedebo. And the loose ball, not sure whether Ihedebo was down or not, but there might be yet another turnover on a fumble. 36-yard play setting up a first down at the 15. And here's Josh McCown going into the end zone, and it's knocked away, incomplete.
Bridgewater through behind, and it's another pick. Darius Slay.
Kind of a late snap. Clausen in trouble. He's broken up. Play made by Slay.
You called it.
And it's intercepted in the end zone, woefully underthrown by Rivers, and that is Darius Slay.
You got to step up and hold Arizona to just 3. Can't give up another touchdown. Play action. Palmer for Fitzgerald. That's knocked away nicely by Darius Slay.
Blitz picked up. Cutler's throw, and it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey was locked up with Darius Slay, and there are no flags.
Too many third and longs to go with it. Sanchez. Pass broken up. Well played by Darius Slay.
On the first series at all, nor at the start of the second drive. He's coming up back-to-back 100-yard gains. First and 16, and Starks is swallowed up right away by the likes of Slay and others. And there's a wrestle for the football.
Gain of 14 on the completion. And Keenan hit as he throws. And sideline catch. Darius Slay.
This game, Pete Morelli was the referee of the Lions played. It was the playoff game in Dallas last year. It's 3rd and 8. Lions bring 5. Breeze. End zone shot. Broken up by Slay.
Ready. You ready for shot?
Breeze slant broken up by Slay. Intended.
Mariota incomplete. Looking for Tajay Sharp. No flags down, and it's 4th for the Titans.
Back at the 46-yard line by Darius Slay.
And the Eagles trail by a point. Batted down by Slay on Aguilar. And out comes the field goal unit to try and take the lead for the first time today. 2. Lions must have a stop here. They pitch it to Matthews, and the Lions, the ball is on the ground. And do the Lions have it? Waiting for an official side, and now it's given to Detroit. And did he do it today? Well, he's airing this one out down the field in traffic, and it's intercepted by Darius Slay. Slay caused the fumble, and now he forces the first interception in the career of Carson Wentz.
Keenum going for Britt, and it's poked away by Darius Slay.
Third and 7. They back off the blitz. Backwards throw is intercepted. It is picked off by Darius Slay. And then he lost the football at the end. They ruled him down. For staying on the field, the ball belongs to Troy.
Sets up a third and long.
He's barely 6 feet. Deep drop. And knocked away. Michael Thomas the target. Darius Slay, who's done a good job covering him all day.
Working hard and become a significant player in this league, says that Barkley has a great pedigree.
Barkley slinging it on 3rd and 11 through the hands of the intended receiver, Josh Bellamy.
And if they do so, they have a timeout left to stop the clock.
Barkley's pass up the middle is deflected. What's the call here? They say incomplete, and it will be a turnover on downs.
3-man rush. Carson Palmer on the run into a crowd and knocked away from Larry Fitzgerald.
And he had one last week. Just 53 career catches in 6 years. He doesn't catch many. Perkins bounced off a hit behind the line but could not get back to the line of scrimmage. Tavon Wilson had penetration, and then Darius Slay finished the job. Of years that he's making his 201st consecutive start tonight. He throws toward the end zone for Marshall, and it's broken up by Darius Slay. Play clock at 1. They blitz from Manning's right. He dodged that, throws on the run for Ingram, and he couldn't catch it near the goal line.
Ryan hesitates in the air. It's intercepted. It's another Lions interception, and this one, Darius Slay. Wide receiver, not Julio Jones. After an 11-yard run, the fake to Coleman. Airing it out. Julio Jones in the end zone, incomplete. Coverage from Darius Slay and Charles Washington.
Jump cuts, great vision.
Ryan to throw. The bullet through the hands of Sanu and intercepted by Darius Slay. It's Slay's second pick of the game.
Breeze back to pass. With time, gets it off, and a big hit over the middle. Initially, that was Michael Thomas on the catch, but it's picked off.
Giving this young quarterback a lot of looks, and he had a tough go of it again tonight. That one just a jump ball for Jordy Nelson. Slay again in coverage.
Hugh Jackson. Play clock nearly expired. Kessler all day to throw, delivers, and that pass is broken up. Darius Slay, who's been doing it all season at this point. Browns have all 3 timeouts. Of course, the 2-minute warning. Kaiser is going to take a shot. Far side of the field. Boy, put it right through the hands of the intended receiver, Ricardo Lewis.
That's why they call the pass interference, but close to perfect coverage.
Turns out to be a 12-yard penalty. This is Sammy Coates on the catch. First and goal after the penalty from the 5. Kaiser, little fade pass. Back of the end zone. Slay. And it's intercepted.
Walter Payton and Tiki Barber. Winston moving to his right, throws, and it's picked off, but the question is, did Slay get 2 feet down in bounds?
They need to get to the 35. For the pattern, pass is deflected and incomplete. It is Darius Slay. On 2nd and 8, here's Trubisky. Ansa pursuing, but he got rid of it. And the interception. What a job by Slay. Big play, Darius Slay, both feet down. Looked like a wide receiver. Interception, and the Lions will take over.
Making that decision to go back in. Try to keep them going and see if they can stay in the playoff hunt.
30 seconds left. There is the interception. And it's thrown to Darius Slay. The one guy who, if you look at the Lions, you think maybe he's the Lions' Pro Bowl caliber player.
Bay's done for Gurley.
3rd down and 5, and Dalton looking for the home run ball. And broken up beautifully defended by the Pro Bowler Darius Slay. They not ask their field goal kicker to hit one from beyond 50 yards all year long. So naturally they throw the jump ball on a 3rd down and 3.
How they like their coach, and they have played hard today for their coach, Jim Caldwell.
And here is Hundley on 1st down. And let's see, do we get the interception? We do. Interception by Darius Slay, his 7th of the year, leading the National Football League.
That's not what these two teams are all about right now.
2nd and 8. Brady going deep downfield into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Intended for Dorsett. That's Darius. Big play, Slay, with a very big play and a flag on the run back. And another one comes in at the end of the play. Slay, who was in concussion protocol until late in the week. Double coverage on Dorsett deep downfield with the pick, and the penalty should be in regard to the run back.
Ziggy Ansah, the best defensive lineman. Prescott on the fake. Prescott lets it fly. Going deep, far side. Oh, it's dropped. Tavon Austin had it. Slay was on the coverage. Not sure if he got a hand in there, and now Austin appears hurt. Prescott, blitz is coming, sees it. Slant incomplete. They went at Slay again, trying to get it to Hurns, and I think that time Darius made a heck of a play.
At the 43 of Detroit.
And Osweiler is going deep to Kenny Stills, and the ball is knocked away. Kenny Stills covered by Darius Slay.
Without yelling at everybody. He's calm.
You can't watch other kids' teams play without yelling at them. Here's a throw, and not a good one by Cousins. It's intercepted by Darius Slay. Slay crossing midfield and dropped at the 43-yard line by Rudolph. They converted on 3rd and 8 a moment ago. And now Cousins to the end zone. And right through the fingers of Aldrick Robinson.
Newton fires downfield, and it bounces away from Devin Funchess, the intended receiver. Newton to the sideline. 3rd down and 8. Heineke, 1 pass attempt this season. And that one is incomplete.
Making a more makeable field goal for Zane Gonzalez.
Oh, beautiful defensive work. No marker. Darius Slay back in the game just in time to knock that one away from J.J. Nelson, who would run a curl.
Current Hall of Famers.
That's 2 Hall of Famers in the same shot. One is in.
Foreshadowing where that was going.
Indeed. And it's picked off. Intercepted by Darius Slay. No one will catch him. Touchdown, Lions.
Very effective. 3 for their first 4, but 0 for their last 5 on 3rd down. Allen again given time. Broken up by Slay. Darius Slay defending Zay Jones.
Give that energy to this offense.
Cook knocked down. Lion defense fighting hard to the finish here. Darius Slay makes the play.
You're good like that.
Thank you.
Kaiser, lofting one, and that's knocked away by Darius Slay.
Big play. 3rd and 7. Into the nickel. Rivers, and knocked away. Beautiful defensive play by Slay. They need the 9. Jackson is in with a block. Rivers deep and intercepted. Picked off by Slay.
2 minutes to go. The Eagles with all 3 timeouts. A catch, and was it a fumble by Aguilar? Picked up and racing the other way is Darius Slay. Wentz runs him down.
Four-man rush. Prescott can't find anyone. Going for Cooper. Knocked away. It's Slay again. So they've had their number one corner on Cooper multiple times.
Of him as a player and what makes him dangerous.
Trubisky keeps, throws, pass is picked by Slay. Darius Slay steps in front of Robinson. And the takeaway by the Lions defense. Early second half.
Third down, and Cousins lost it to the sideline, and that enabled Darius Slay to close in on Diggs.
Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn will get another year next year. Ownership gave them the vote of confidence. They'll be back. Third down. Rodgers gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete.
Fourth down. Here it is. Beathard airing it out, going deep. You got three receivers down there, and it is juggled and incomplete. After all of that, you got Bourne and Kittle were down there.
Hargrave, the former Steeler. Third down and 16. Roethlisberger over the top. Deontay Johnson now cuts back the other way, and he will be tackled back at the 45-yard line by Darius Slay.
No flag. As Rodgers was trying to go right back and get
Dalton with 3 completions of over 50 yards. Second down and 8. As Dalton was looking for Lamb, and it is picked off. Intercepted by Darius Slay. So
that is benefactor sloppy Pam Banks. Third and long here. They're only 3 of 10 on third. Ryan standing in, delivers, knocked away.
And that's a great thing for him.
Absolutely. He's sending a message right now saying, I'm still here.
Second and goal, flipping to CeeDee Lamb, trying to get the corner. Won't get there. Be taken out for a loss. Darius Slay made sure of that.
You mentioned the rookie right tackle.
On second down, Darnold lets it fly. It is picked off by Darius Slay. Slay returns it inside the 15 and down to the 10. Boy, Philly fans have been waiting a while for Darius Slay to put his stamp on this season. A pick and a return of 15 yards. Did this once and motioned him out. Here they bring a running back and Freeman across the formation. Out the back door they go with a tight end pass. Yeah, and that is Ian Thomas, who has read well. Darius Slay brings him down. Darnold with a deep drop, lets the routes develop. Zings an interception! It's Slay again! His second of the game! Back and forth we go with these turnovers. Number 2 has 2.
4th and 3 from the Eagles 45. Instead, they take the penalty, then the big play, and the Raiders able to keep this drive alive. Catch made by Moreau, and he's met immediately by Darius Slay. Broadcaster, our former colleague at Fox, who passed away at the age of 68. Ball comes loose, and it will be taken in for a touchdown back in Detroit.
Bridgewater under pressure, got rid of it to the near side, and that's going nowhere. Gordon holds on here, but right on top of him is quarterback Darius Slay. Melvin Gordon, straight ahead.
Oh, the ball's out.
Coming out of there with the football is Darius Slay. Slay on the move to the outside. Blockers in front of him. Slay all by himself down the field. Here they come. Simeon down the middle, broken up. Darius Slay had the coverage on Marquez Callaway. Simeon stepping up. Past the sticks, dangerous throw. Intercepted. Darius Slay. Big play. Slay has done it again.
How about the Indianapolis Colts?
Here is Ingram again, and a good job by the Philadelphia front, still trying to rip that ball out. 3rd down and 16 for Gilbert and Washington. Eagles rush 4. Gilbert going deep. Jump ball from McLaurin working against Slay, and it's incomplete.
Second down and 9. Fromm swings it out. Barkley is met back at the 34-yard line. The 4-time Pro Bowler Darius Slay.
3rd down and 5. Cousins backs up, throws. Jefferson broken up. And the play made by Darius Slay. 2nd down and 10. Good protection. End zone pick. Pass is intercepted by Slay. A flag is down at the 25. Backpedaling. End zone try and incomplete. There's Slay again. Blitz. Cousins to the end zone and intercepted. What a night for Darius Slay.
Even thinner for the moment. Middle of the field open, 3rd and 9. Rush throws, intercepted by Slay. And Slay picking up blocks. Thrown down at the 46. Cooper Rush, no interceptions, 4 games, 2 interceptions in this first half.
You've got to then score when you get down to this area of the field, and it's going to require touchdowns.
Heineke, end zone shot, McLaurin, incomplete.
Getting ready to rush the quarterback. That's how deep the rotation they've created in this defensive line.
On 4th down, Jones delivers incomplete. Almost picked by Blankenship, but it's a turnover on downs, and the Eagles will get it anyway.
Going to give it to Deebo Samuel, trying to stretch to the edge. He's cut off, and he is still on his feet. Now he's going to lose more yards. Well pursued by the Eagles.
Here's the 3rd and 4 for the Patriots.
A lot of empty formation, trying to tire out the D-line.
Pass. Intercepted. Deflected and picked off. And running with it is Slay. And he breaks the tackle and gallops to the end zone for the pick 6.
Bringing back Slay. Bradbury, they reloaded this roster. The next one, you're probably not going to have time to throw it.
Now it's 3rd and 12. Jones from the pocket. Fires down the middle. Tough pass. Almost got it there to Bourne, but Blankenship and Slay converged.
Negative 8 yards. Fake to him. Tua stops, throws. Tyreek Hill retreating, looking for space. Too many green shirts. Even the cheetah can't get by. It's Darius in motion this time, and Tua looking, comes towards Darius, well covered. Darius Slay was right there, and nothing was open on the short routes. 3rd and 8, empty backfield. Eagles bring 4. Tua backpedals, fires, end zone, and it's picked off by Slay. Darius Slay undercuts it, gets the return to the 17-yard line.
He can put a ball just about anywhere on the field, and trying to cover him up, this is not easy.
Here's it out, downfield, incomplete. And the Eagles take over.
They take Diggs off the field. He's not in. 3rd and 9. Pass to Sherfield, incomplete, and no flag.
Blitzes and helps Jalen Hurts, and he can still play at a high level. Pro Bowl.
Here's Rashad White, bottled up a loss on the play. Darius Slay.
4th highest winning percentage among coaches in the Super Bowl era. There's a nice run. Oh, Jacobs lost the ball, and it's picked right back up by Green Bay. Big play, Slay got his hand in there, poked it loose.
Nick Salvaderi, second-year man out of Old Dominion, replaces Ruiz at right guard. Carr scans, lofts one. There is Shaheed. Can't pull it in. Coverage from Slay.
Declined the penalty. They got 11. Tracy stopped short at the 30-yard line.
Jones will throw, and incomplete. It would have been enough for the first down, but Robinson now second. Giants are second in the NFL in most drops.
Depending on what they do here, he might come back and go for it again on fourth down.
Shotgun. Burrow. A floater. Couldn't be handled by Burton.
Right there by the tight end.
3rd and 8. Got time to go down the field and almost ends up in the arms of Darius Slay.
You shut down CeeDee Lamb and you make Ferguson number 2, and that's where they allocate resources.
3rd and 5. Here's the pass. Open. Lamb unable to reel it in. Slay on the coverage.
From the end zone, looking, throwing, and nowhere to go, of course, for Eckler. Tackled by Darius Slay.
They need 2 yards to keep the drive going.
Thielen.
Looking there, incomplete for Leggett. And Darius Slay had the coverage, and Young knows that he missed one. Here comes Philadelphia. Young is on the move, spinning one way and another. He tosses past the sticks, and it's picked away by Darius Slay.
It's a good style. Keep pounding it if you can.
Harris drops the ball. It is loose, still dancing around. I think Philadelphia has it. They do.
Philadelphia organization under Nick Sirianni, they are going to keep the pressure on you at all times.
De'Ami Brown dumped in the backfield by Darius Slay. Daniels pressured, throws across his body, tipped and picked. Reed Blankenship the interception. Blankenship back inside the 30. With a 5th turnover of the day.
Wide receiver by committee and get some first downs and keep his defense off the field.
Love going to take a shot, going deep down the far side, and intercepted. Darius Slay, stride for stride, picks it off.
Stafford gets it off, slant, incomplete. Intended for Demarcus Robinson.